Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of the Spiritual Sisters podcast. It's Brianna.
Hey everyone, it's Gabrielle Celeste here. Welcome. If you are tuning in from wherever you're at, we are so grateful to have you listening. If you're new to the show, this is Brianna and Gabrielle. We are real sisters in real life, and we would appreciate it if you were to leave us a review wherever you listen to our show.
Please and thank you.
Hi, Bree.
Hi.
I feel like we've been recording quite a bit together in the last week, huh?
We have definitely been recording a lot more. It's fun. It's like we're just recording our conversations. Except for I'm very filtered right now with what I say.
Why?
I don't know. Well, I mean, I don't care about cancel culture. It's not on my mind right now. So
no one can cancel a person. You're not a subscription. Boom.
True. That's
Boom.
very
what
true.
do you
That's
think about that?
It's a good way to look at it.
I'm not a subscription, bitch.
But subscribe to us.
Yeah, on YouTube, for favor, or wherever you listen, wherever you get your podcasts. No, we truly. So right now we're actually recording at time of Scorpio new moon, and Brianna and I, in our family, June is probably the most hectic month, and it's not just because Nicole and I are born in June. It just seems to be like there's something every weekend. The vibe is just different. It's summer. It just feels good out. We have a lot going on, so we're just bulk recording because we have a busy couple weeks ahead of us.
Yeah, we're bulk recording a lot right now. And I feel like June has always been busy. It's June and July. Those are, besides, I would say Thanksgiving time, November and December. Those are like the 4 months that we're absolutely crazy busy.
Yeah, I get seasonal depression, so I'm just like, gosh, after Halloween, I'm like, oh, like just get me to like March so I can feel better. But yeah, there are quite busy times in the year. But yeah, I guess I'm starting with the check-in. Scorpio new moon. Sorry, not sorry. I look a little tore up right now if you're watching on YouTube. Day 2 of the period, exact at this, literally day 2 of the cycle with the Scorpio full moon. My period came 4 to 5 days late just to align with this lunation. How dumb.
Oh shit, that means I'm going to get my period soon because you and I are somehow linked up. I'm going to check. You watch. I'm going to be like 7 days away.
You know, it's calling it now because I'm going to San Francisco this weekend with Mom, and I'm like, well, at least I won't be walking around with that concern.
Yeah, that's good.
Mm-hmm.
What's it saying? Come on.
It's taking
forever to load. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's where we're at. If I look tore up, sorry, not sorry. That's just what it is. But that's my check-in. Oh, you know what though? Actually, you know why we're bulk recording, Brie? Do you want to talk?
I'm 9 days away from my period.
Oh, okay. I'll be ovulating in 9 days, but
yeah.
Because we're coming out with the tarot course.
Yay!
Yeah.
More work.
Brianna's the editor, the producer. You're the producer. That's what you are.
Oh shit! I am the producer, aren't I?
Yeah, you are. So
you and Nicole are the faces. I'm the back end of everything.
Not really. I mean, you're kind of showing some face. You're showing the face card.
The face card. California 9. California 10.
Okay, I don't even know what that stupid trend was, but I guess I do now because of Tickety Talk.
You're welcome.
What does that make me?
California 10.
Oh, okay.
Fuck them. We're all California 10s.
We're all 10s. We're natives, baby.
We're all 10s.
Natives are different. We're different. And especially if you go to LA, you hear people like, okay, if people refer to California as Cali, they're probably not from California.
Not only that, so we've told people that we were moving back to California, and everyone's like, oh my God, California, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, it's not Los Angeles, San Francisco, San Diego area. It's more of a suburb area.
It's
and
central.
Everyone's like, oh, okay. Well, I've never experienced that before. And I'm like, well, duh. You think of California, you think of the big cities, and that's not the case.
Yeah. I'm curious to see what like the vibe is in San Francisco, because the last time I was there was in 2021 and I had just left my toxic corporate job. Like that was the weekend that I was done. And now I'm going back fully employed. So I've had like a whole sub chapter in life where I was building the business and working, the job that I just left. So I feel like we're going to have like a full circle moment.
This is going to be chapter 32? No, 33.
Bitch, I'm going into my Jesus year.
Chapter 33. What was that? Chapter 29 for you? No.
That was it was 4 years ago, so 29, yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Damn, I'm good.
Dang. Anyways, well, yeah, next couple weeks. So that's what that is. And then I'm going out to Boston to visit Lydia. I can't
Oh,
wait.
you're going to Shakira.
We're going to see, she has the plug at Fenway. So we're going to go see Shakira. And Brianna was like, you need to go. And I was like, I do, don't I? So
yes. This goes back to, guys, if you listen to our last episode, make memories. Make memories. We don't die with money. We die with our memories.
I know. And Lydia's like, Gab, you just have to get here. We'll figure out the rest. And I was like, yes, we shall. So anyways, the episode we did, was it last week? Yeah, it'd be this last week. The one on the root chakra was a lot on energy of lack. And I think that's universal, especially with where we're at right now as a society and a culture, especially if you're in the US. So go ahead and take a listen. You'll see what my therapy sessions are like. But super excited to come back. I'll send photos from the VIP section. Brianna, don't hate.
Fuck you. I'm totally hating. I don't like to be a jealous person, but fuck am I jealous right now.
You know what? That is on point for what we're talking about today. But before we get there, did you know that you and Lydia are the same age?
No way.
Yeah, she pointed that out. Like, oh. Shout out, girl. Shout out. She's been on the show before. Go ahead and check out that episode with her.
Well, now that I'm going to be down there, I can actually meet everybody whenever they come instead of being all the way up here.
I know. She's coming back to California.
I know.
Okay, so what are we talking about today, Brianna?
I don't know. What are we talking about?
The universal laws. Have you heard of them?
All 18 of them?
We're going to break this up into part 1 and part 2 because there's so many. And Brianna and I like to riff and add some comedic relief. That's more Brianna's job than mine because I'm the more serious sister for sure. And
this would be a 4-hour episode if
otherwise
we went through all 18 in one.
Well, I was thinking, I was like, Brittany, what are you going to talk about? And then I was like, oh shit, I'm working on this right now in so many areas of life, so this is perfect. There are 18 spiritual laws, so we'll do like a part 1 and a part 2, and then we'll break it up with the astrology of June because people really, really like the astrology episode of we did it for May and then we did it for June. The one that we recorded for June astrology, you guys, I am so sorry. Actually, not sorry. You're probably going to see me in a different light because we shared a really cool story about us going to a rave in our early 20s. And it was fucking hilarious.
I have a feeling every single time that we do a monthly one, just stories are going to come up and everyone's just going to look at us completely differently. Or they're just going to want to come and party with us, which, hey, I'm here for a good time, not a long time.
Well, what we realized after, because we couldn't determine who pushed who out of an elevator or pushed someone, but today our girlfriend, it's actually her birthday at time of recording, she was like, oh, no, that was Gabby. So that wasn't Gabrielle Celeste, Gabby. Sorry, Gabrielle. I have like 10 different names, you guys. That was G Money. She was gone. She was gone.
It was hilarious. That one goes down one of the best trips ever.
Forever. Okay, so should we get started and do part 1 for the universal laws?
Yeah, we're going to do the first 9, and then we're going to do the next 9 after.
Mm-hmm.
Enjoy the little shit show episode of the month astrology in between.
Literally. Okay, so all this to say, I'm going to go through them, but what I think I really want to encourage our audience to consider as they're listening to part 1 and to part 2, see which law is coming up for you at this time most often and how you're working with it, if you're working with it, if you're even conscious to it, and work with it in maybe a beneficial way and kind of just pay heed to what's coming up and how it's showing up for you in your life. Okay. Let's get started. All right, number 1. The law of divine oneness, Brianna. It essentially states that we are all divinely connected and we are all one. We all come from the same source and we are always connected to the same source. Source is sometimes referred to as God, Jesus, a higher power, the universe, etc. But what I wanted to add for this little commentary piece is that when you meditate, you are actually connecting most often with the upper chakras, which is the heart, the throat, the third eye, and the crown. And this speaks to the law of divine oneness. So when you feel like really good and when you're in meditation, that's being connected to the oneness. When you get out of a reading or you talk to a good friend or someone that really fills up your cup, that's essentially connecting to the energy of the divine oneness. I think that's an example of it, but essentially what this law is speaking to is that we all come from the same place.
Agreed. Mm-hmm.
Facts. Okay. Numero dos. That's not my actual accent when I speak Spanish, by the way. It's actually it's pretty good. It's pretty good. Bria's like, eh.
I mean, you do speak better Spanish than I do.
But
My kid has better accent than both of us. So.
It's freaking embarrassing. Okay, the law of vibration. You know this one.
Yeah.
It's the basis of alignment. Basically, everything that exists on planet Earth, probably even beyond it, planet Earth, is quite literally a vibe, and it's vibrating at a certain frequency. So essentially, you're a match for things that are reflected back to you, which is actually another law that we'll get into. But in order for you to even call something to you, to manifest something to you, you have to be what's called an energetic match to the frequency of whatever thing, experience, opportunity, person, or the type of life that you're trying to call forth. So, for example, what you do attract, what you don't attract, it's all your vibe. Like, have you heard your vibe affects your tribe, or your vibe is your tribe, or whatever that stupid logo is? It's so true.
Yeah. Is that when Gen Zs are like your aura or something?
I can't keep up with Gen Zs, but yeah,
I can't either.
Then there's not even Gen Zs, there's Gen Alphas now.
There's Gen Betas. Gen Betas are coming in now.
Dude.
I'm done. I can't. There's too many. I'm lost.
Are the most ancient the boomers? They are. I think they are.
I don't know.
Boomers. I think boomers are the ones that go far back. Dad's a boomer.
That's a boomer. Yeah, but I'm sure there's people past that.
Yeah, but I don't know what that is. Someone let us know on the side. Anyways, okay, so your vibe attracts your tribe. It attracts the money that you make. It attracts the experiences that you have, opportunities that are presented to you. So when you recognize that everything is energy, you're acknowledging that the law of vibration is a thing. Thoughts?
Thinking.
THOUGHTS, not THOTS. Thoughts. There's a difference in thoughts. Haha.
I would have spelled that wrong because I'm dyslexic as shit. So. Yeah, no, I definitely believe that you have to be within the right frequency to be able to manifest things. Because if you're not in the right state of mind, then you can say all of this stuff and it's not going to feel right.
Yeah, and I also think that depends on how much work you've done. Like, you know how like sometimes it's hard to be around people that are, I don't know, like there's just something off about them and it's like a vibe thing, like they're just not your people.
I don't know, when I'm close to my period, if somebody breathes wrong, I just want to yell at them. I won't say what I was just about to say. I will get in trouble.
Yeah, it probably gets flagged. You know, certain words on YouTube are flagged.
Dumb.
So dumb. Okay, the next one, the law of attraction. I think this is probably the one that's the most widely known, but it's kind of the thought that like everything in the universe is kind of like a magnet. So you pull in what you're a vibrational, a magnetic, an attractive match to. So I think it's the most widely known, but I also sometimes think too, like this is just part of being a human. Sometimes you're just having a bad day and you're allowed to have a bad day and you can't always be high vibe. And I feel like this particular law lives rent free in the back of my mind. Just keep on keeping on and try not to let myself be too in a bad headspace for too long, because then you you bring your vibe down and then you can't really manifest and call in what you want. But anyways, I think that one's definitely true. They are all true, but this one definitely has something to it.
Yeah, this one definitely has a lot more meaning behind it. Because if you're not able to get out of a cycle, you're in a loop.
Yeah, and you just keep looping and causing the same thing and attracting the same thing. It's like, unless you heal. So like I have I'm not gonna say a couple of friends. I'm thinking of one in particular, but she shall not be named. And like she just, and there's nothing wrong with it. And I don't know if she's even conscious to it or not, but she keeps sleeping with the same type of person and attracting the same type of partner, but it's because there's something within herself that she's not yet healed. And until she acknowledges or sees that within herself, she's not going to attract the type of partnership that she desires.
I can say that from my own experience. I went through that too. had the exact same kind of partner for the longest time until I met my husband, and then I'm like, holy shit, these people actually exist?
How'd you break the loop?
Military.
You know what I was thinking?
Not all military guys are bad, okay?
No.
Needle in the haystack, and I found one.
You are, you've been married for how long?
10 years.
10
Together,
years.
12. Gonna be 13 in September.
And you didn't have children until what, 10 years into it? No, longer. No, less than.
9? He's gonna be 3 in August. So yeah, 9.
Oh my God.
Mm-hmm. But I was a kid.
No, I know, but like now, I mean, we can announce it because by the time this comes out, it'll already be announced. But Savannah's been with her husband for so long now, and they're just having their first child, which is so cool.
Yeah, I love that for them. I'm so excited.
Love it. Okay, the next one. This is the second, I think, most widely known, best known law. The law of cause and effect, which is pretty much karma.
Fucking love karma. God, do
what you reap is what you will sow. You want to act like an asshole, you're probably going to get that in return. How quickly, it's up to the universe to decide, but it's kind of like being a dick and then like hitting your foot on something really hard. Anyways, one thing that I really want to share before I let you speak, because I know you're thinking about something, you have an example. So I was on the Tickety Talk the other day. I need to stop with this. Literally like being on my phone right before bed. It's so bad. And this woman she rear ends this car out in Arizona. And she keeps going, and then they catch up to her. She keeps going, and she runs a red light. She gets T-boned.
And then saw that.
And then the car flips. And I'm like, damn, karma came real quick for her.
Sometimes karma can be within seconds, or sometimes karma can be within years. She's a sneaky little bitch, and I love her.
Which do you prefer? I prefer
instant karma.
Yeah, just because it can be a little vindictive, but the revenge is a dish best served cold. Oh, when it like takes a minute.
Oh, you know it's brewing. It's just like mixing and mixing. You're just waiting for it to explode. See, I don't want that one because I don't want to always have to be looking behind my back and wondering when the hell is it going to happen, because you know it's going to happen.
Well, I think about the Scorpio that you dated and how his karma is coming back to him. I was like, oh, can't say you didn't cause that for yourself, buddy.
But then there's other ones too.
Uh-huh.
It's no matter what, you're going to get your karma.
It's true.
It is what it is.
This universe operates on balance, and so karma is actually one of them. That brings us back to balance. So don't act like an asshole.
I'm trying, especially in customer service. Oh my God, when people are rude to servers or somebody making your food, I want to just uppercut you. Like, I'm coming in with a haymaker because that makes me so mad. There's no reason for you to be pissed off at somebody making your food.
Well, they say like how you treat an animal and how you treat your server says a lot about you.
And how you tip people too.
Yeah, tipping. Tipping's a big thing. I feel like I'm a good tipper. So
I'm a good tipper. But yeah, if I see anybody being rude, I'm going to call you out on it, and I'll probably roundhouse your ass.
Okay, the law of action. So this one I was like, interesting. So we live on a 3D plane. And what I mean by 3D is that you have to take action in order for things to be reflected back to you. So it's kind of like the idea of going to work in the 3D aspect. You go to work, and then in turn, for your time and your efforts, you're paid. Right? So it's the idea of taking action in order for it to bring or to come into form in the energetic plane. So it's the idea that like there's actually a book on it, and I talk about it a lot on the podcast. It's called Big Magic by Elizabeth Gilbert. And it's like, if you don't take on the idea, or if you don't bring the idea to life in the form of a business, that business idea is going to go to someone else. Or like if you have a thought about a book and you don't write the book, it's going to pass on to someone else, right? And essentially, if you want it to be created, you have to do something about it. This is very much masculine energy focused. And this one actually kind of triggers me a little bit in terms of the opposite end, which is the feminine, which is I'm working through right now. Like if you're too lazy and you don't do anything, or if you don't do anything to like for something to come to you, that triggers me, because I'm like, you can't just be doing nothing all the time. Like you have to like actually take some steps.
Yeah, and you also can't expect it to happen to you without taking the steps.
Yeah.
So it's funny, every single time that something comes to mind, I'm always like, Trademark that shit. No one's gonna take it from me.
Yeah, that's true. Actually, I was working on a trademark. I trademarked the name of my business, Agua Astrology. And the trademark attorney was like, you might not be able to get this because it has the word agua in Spanish. And it's like no one technically owns it. It's like a general word. The way that he described it, I was like, huh. Anyways, it passed through trademark, no problem. But it's so true. Like, don't sleep on those trademarks, guys. Okay. The law of
Hang on, back to the trademark one. Do
Okay.
you know that Sierra Mist is no longer Sierra Mist because somebody trademarked Sierra Mist, the name, so that's why they're now Starry?
I didn't even know that. No, I don't drink soda, so
Oh,
sorry.
yeah, it's now Starry, which is just Sierra Mist. I'm pretty sure. Don't fact check me because I'll look dumb if I'm wrong. But I'm pretty sure that's exactly what happened to it. Somebody trademarked Sierra Mist and they had to change their entire name.
Okay, so speaking of trademark issues, I'm giving them more attention than they already have. But Kylie Jenner, she tried to trademark her name. And then Kylie Minogue was like, she blocked it. So Kylie Jenner can't trademark her name because Kylie Minogue said she's been around for way longer. And I was like, you go, queen. So,
absolutely.
Yeah. So Kylie was what they were trying to trademark, but they couldn't. So interesting. Okay, the next one, number 6. This is actually quite fun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay, this is what we're going to break it up. We're definitely going to break it up. So the law of transmutation, you've probably heard about this one. I want to hear if you have after I explain it. It is that energy, one, everything is energy, and energy is constantly in motion, and it can either be created or destroyed. It's just literally transmuted. So you turn it into maybe from one form, you could transmute it into another. And I want to add a little pivot and a caveat to this. Higher frequency energies, so like joy, excitement, are going to overcome the energies of like guilt or shame. And those that are of higher vibes, that are better feelings, better emotions on the frequency scale, they have the power to transmute the lower frequency energies. So the way that this can show up in a practical example is, say that like you've done a lot of healing work, you've done a lot of inner work, shadow work, and then you go into a room and for whatever the reason, I'm always aware of when this happens. I was like, oh, I know what this is. For whatever the reason, the person that is triggered by you, but there's no reason for them to be triggered by you, it's because it's an energy thing. It's because the person that has done more work then becomes set off by the person who hasn't and who's like in a lower vibration.
So you mean haters?
Yeah, haters.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, anytime I walk into a room, I instantly pick up on the feeling, and I always tell you too.
Well, also, you have a lot of Virgo in your chart, and Virgos are naturally envied by others.
Fuck yeah.
Don't even have to try. I wonder why that is. Why do you think that is?
I don't know. Probably because I have that I don't give an F attitude, and I let everything just brush off, so it pisses people off.
I have a specific example. It always happens with men. And I'm like, well, what does that say about me? Anyways, this happened a lot in the workplace. I remember I was coming from my masculine energy quite a bit because I had to, because I felt like that was what I needed to do to survive when I was going through the crazy investigation with the government for 4 years. And I operated from my masculine. And although the guys there in the workplace were so respectful of me, they totally were. Believe it or not, the females that I worked with were so envious of me.
Because you were literally boss babying it at such a young age.
Mm-hmm.
And you were in a really high corporate job for somebody that was in their young 20s.
And people thought that like I didn't work for it or anything like that. And like my position now, it's my light now looking back, and like, what my soul represents. She was triggering all the people that were unconscious. Anyways.
Fuck them.
My dad says, fuck them. Okay, number 7. The law of mirrors. This one I'm experiencing this one in real time right now. Everything in reality is a reflection of what is going on inside of us. So, for example, If you feel like you are less than, if you feel like you are not deserving, if you feel that you are beneath someone else, that is going to be reflected back to you in some way, shape, or form. The way that this comes up for me is enoughness, and that refers back, or it shows back to me, reflects back to me in money. So I always feel sometimes like maybe I'm not doing enough, maybe I'm not giving enough. And what do you think that translates in terms of how money looks like for me sometimes, Brianna? It's not enough.
Not enough.
Mm-hmm. What are
Even though that's not the case.
It's not the case, but it's like, where did I pick this up?
I don't know. Don't know. Can't relate.
Yeah, but I do think that one, that's probably the one that I'm working with the most right now. It's like literally everything is coming up to you to be reflected back to you.
Well, yeah,
what it is that you're meant to work through.
Like you're going to the fair and you go into the house of mirrors, you're standing in front of a mirror and look at everything looking back at you.
Pro tip, which is a good one to lean into this next one. I'm like, sometimes, Gabby, I'm just like, the bitter side of me, the less than, the toxic masculine. It's like, Gabby, you just got to let some people figure things out for themselves sometimes. And that sounds like a very arrogant thing to say, but it's in a really nice segue for the next one, which I'm going to speak to. Mm-hmm. But with respect to literal mirrors, mirrors are portals. So it's not suggested or advised to have a mirror across from you when you're sleeping because it's bad juju. I cover my mirrors in my bedroom.
Yeah, you do.
And I turn around.
I don't care.
I feel it. I feel like I'm being watched.
I'm going to keep my mouth shut.
The kukui.
Oh, God.
The kukui.
What is it? Don't Look Under the Bed? The movie from when we were younger?
I don't know. There is definitely shit in the house, though. That's for damn sure.
Mm-hmm. No, I know that for a fact.
Anyways, okay. So me sharing that pro tip, the law of compensation. This is number 8. It's similar to cause and effect, but it's applied to literal money and abundance and prosperity and blessings. So you are rewarded and you receive as much as you have the capacity to receive. So, for example, if you share without expecting anything in return, if you take care of other people, if you give without literally asking for anything or expecting anything, you're going to be taken care of by the divine through abundance, prosperity, money, blessings, etc. I believe this entirely, and I see this with Mom all the time.
I was going to say Mom is a perfect example for this.
Yeah. And we've shared a couple times on this show.
The perfect example.
She does. She's I feel like we really got lucky with being able to observe that as children. Mm-hmm. And she still does it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
She always busts her ass off, too.
Mm-hmm.
That woman does not know how to sit down.
It's because she has so much energy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then number 9 for part 1.
Yay.
The law of relativity. This one's so annoying. So annoying for me. You want to know why it's annoying? I'm about to tell you. Okay. Every soul, supposedly, you could look to your birth chart. This is probably why I'm like, oh, this is why I'm so big on astrology charts. Part of the reason why. The lessons, the hardships, the experiences, the opportunities that you are meant to go through in this lifetime is because your soul chose to do it. It chose to sign up for it. It chose to experience whatever it was going to experience per its soul contract. And that's what the law of relativity speaks to. So basically, if you went through some hardship, if you were meant to go through it, it's probably because your soul asked for it in some capacity before you guys incarnated on planet Earth. I'm bitter about this one at times.
Yeah, because you have a fucked up one. There's no going around it. Yours is bad.
I mean, I don't want to say it's bad, but it's challenging. Like, who signed up to be a professional psychic? Who chooses that?
I don't know.
Yeah. So that's number 9 for part 1, the law of relativity. I like yours. Do you want to switch?
You want to switch?
Yeah, your mom.
Oh, I love mine. Yeah. I've always been like the mom of the group, so it's nothing new to me that I knew that was going to be my soul contract.
In your Saturn return.
Yeah.
When you came into, you know what? I came into mine during my Saturn return too. Dumb. Anyways, that's the first part 1 to universal laws. And you know what? It's under 35 minutes, honey.
Hey,
I love that.
I know. I thought it was going to be a lot longer, but
Do you have
look
any
at
favorites?
us. What?
Do you have any favorites?
Karma. The best. I love
Brianna's
it.
petty, so let me give you an example. So if anything goes wrong with a potential significant other that involves some type of sexual relationship in any capacity, if it's not platonic, right?
Mhm.
Actually, sometimes with like friend breakups, I'll do this too. You are removed, you are blocked, you are hexed, and exiting my life in some capacity. You are not
Your
allowed in
grudge is
any
bad.
the capacity that I have, this is toxic side of me, guys. The toxic side of me. To hold a grudge. Has she held a grudge for over 10 years? She sure has. So dumb.
Longer than that.
Anyways, we won't give them any additional insights to that. You're gone from my social media, right?
Mm-hmm.
Brianna loves to let people see and stay there and remind. She's like, let them see.
Let them see that I'm winning at life.
I'm a little bit of a Scorpio in that way. I'm just like, go away. You can't have access to me.
Go
Thou
away.
shalt
No,
not know
come
anything
back.
about me.
Me, I'm like, watch.
See the
I
difference
don't
between
care.
a fire and a water sign, baby.
Could care less.
Could give less than a fuck.
Mm-hmm.
So
I'll send you a message. Hey, how you doing?
yeah,
I don't care.
she doesn't give her power away like I do.
No, I don't. I'm able to conserve mine very well, and it pisses Gabby off.
Yeah, I need to be a little bit more fiery, but I don't have that. So
No, you're all water.
oh, that's dumb.
You're all water.
Dumb. Brianna has not much water in her chart.
No,
Mm-mm.
I'm earth and fire.
Yep. So is your child.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God,
Well,
we might butt heads when we're older, or when
the-
he's older.
what is it? The law of relativity? Is that what it is? For it to be the law of mirrors, for it to be reflected back to you. Here we
He's
go.
already worse than me when I was a kid. When they say whenever you have kids, they're going to be just like you, but 10 times worse. Yeah, no, checks out.
Well, I do think that a part of you signed up for it.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
Love it. Love it.
They say that children are your greatest teachers.
Absolutely. He's taught me patience for damn sure beforehand. Didn't have it.
I don't know what patience is.
Yeah, I'm looking right at you. You have
I
no
don't want to
idea what it
know.
is.
I don't want to. No me gusta. Okay, let's do a card pull, then record part 2. Okay, let us know what you guys thought of this episode. Please leave us a review. We read every single one, and we appreciate it. We're pulling from the OG Goddesses, Gods, and Guardian decks, and it's because Gabby's living like a gypsy, and she does not have another deck available with
She's
her.
traveling.
She's
on the go.
this whole summer, man. Ooh, Persephone, New Beginnings. Dun, dun, dun. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah. June's a new beginning, for sure. It's good astrology. So that's a nice segue to the episode the following week. Catch part 2 of this one at the beginning of June. Until next time.
Enjoy the monthly shit show that we have on after this one. I hope you guys enjoy it.
That was, man, have fun.
It's a good one.
Yeah, have fun with that.
Right,
Until next
see you
time.
next time.
Bye.